And just to touch on a point that you made there, Rich, that companies, it's become a bit of a buzzword, and companies are thinking that they need to build AI. We saw that very recently with blockchain technology. That became a very hyped up word, and everyone thought they had to build some blockchain solution for their business. Is that something that you find in working with businesses, that businesses are approaching you just, we need an AI product rather than we need AI to do a specific thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the microphone. I was never destined to be in a boy band. So I don't know if you can. I can just shout if everyone can hear me. So yeah, it is a problem. So I think that's the word, problem. A lot of our clients, a lot of businesses that I certainly go and see, they kind of tell me what they want, and it's like that's not really the outlook on the world. What you should be saying is, what's our problem? What's our strategy? What's our goal? What's our roadmap? Where do we want to get to? And then you kind of adapt the tools and technologies and the strategy around that. Because I find that with words like AI and robotics, people run around with hammers looking for nails, and it's not the way to go. Because I think the big thing for me with AI, and I think it may come up as a later question, but I'll kind of just go with it now. AI is going to be awesome, and it's definitely going to revolutionize the way we do things. But I think the biggest challenge for me is adoption, the adoption of AI, and not just how we train it, and we'll go into that and all the kind of ethical background of AI. But you need to understand why you're doing it. Are you doing it for your users? Are you doing it for your customers? Are you doing it for your agents? Who are you doing it for? Because if they don't buy into it, and if they don't come along on that journey, it just won't land. And people nowadays, more than any, are really sort of conscious about the data that they have and their personal data. So understanding that and understanding the sort of process. And I said it before about Netflix. People always go, oh, Netflix killed Blockbuster. It didn't. It's a myth. It didn't. It was users that killed Blockbusters. People thought, I do not want to go out on a Saturday night to Blockbuster and pick up a DVD because it's a night, or a VHS if you're my age. But so users killed it, and Netflix just thought, actually, there's a better way to do this. And yes, we'll use AI, and yes, we'll use new technologies. But it was customers who decided that this was the wind of change. So I think that's the really key important bit for me, is to understand the challenge and the problem and the strategy you want to do and how you adopt it. And if AI is part of that, and it will be in the way going forward, it's how do you adopt that ethically, and how do you land it with your users and your customers and your staff. That's the big challenge for me.
And I think just to add to that as well, and I guess continuing on your hammer and nail analogy there, you probably have hit the nail on the head in that, we see a lot of people who come to us and will say something like, I want a chatbot. And then when you start to go, okay, but why do you want a chatbot? To Rich's point, what is actually that business problem that you're looking to solve? You know what? The answer might be a chatbot. It might be a chatbot plus some other elements of technology. It might actually be an Excel spreadsheet. So it's really trying to strip it back. And this is the key message that we try to land with all of our clients is step one with all of this is solve business problems and then start to look at the technologies that can help you to do that. And the other kind of side that I would add to that is it's not always easy as well. Even if you've found that business problem that you want to tackle, it may well mean that you need to actually do quite a significant business transformation piece to then be able to adopt the AI, the automation, and the technologies that will support it. We kind of have an unwritten rule in our team is that we will never automate a bad process because it just doesn't solve the problem. So sometimes you might have to think about what are your existing business processes? Are they fit for automation today? If not, how do you get them to the point that they are? And are they even a process that you need at all? I don't know about yourselves and the organisations that you work in, but I think we're probably as guilty as anybody is quite often inventing a new process short term as a bit of a need at the time, and it ends up it starts as a stick and plaster. 5 years later, everybody is still using this process and it's kind of become standard. And I think when you're right at the beginning of the journey, really try to be as critical as you can that says, not only is this process suitable for automation, but do we need this process at all? Is it even needed? Why would we go and invest in tools and technology to automate something that's potentially outdated and could be decommissioned? So really do try to have a think about those kind of things when you're sort of starting on that AI and automation journey.